Welcome back. This is Adventures with Dr. Joe. Today I just got my package from Everything Attachments. This is going to make my life so much better with my bush hog, because right now with that plastic cover over the clutch and over the universal that's closest to the transmission, I can't grease it. So frustrating. This is going to be the answer. This is a steel, laser cut, bent, very precise unit that's going to completely protect and cover those important areas, so there's no risk of you getting injured there. But by taking out a pin, you can lift it off, you can readily access that universal, and you can grease it. So I'm so happy about that. So this is made in Conover or Newton, North Carolina, just across the lake from where I live. I've been there. I own a bunch of their equipment. It's all great. I got the bush hog from them. I've got a box scrape. I've got a big disker. Everything's been super good, super heavy duty. And their motto is quality by design, and I tell you what, the quality is excellent. Heavy duty cardboard. Look at that. Nicely packaged with that inflatable blow up stuff. And here it is. Here's that pin I was telling you about. It comes out. Tight fit. And then the whole cover comes off. This plate goes right into the transmission and bolts in with the four bolts that were holding that cover on. And then this piece, super simple, just fits right over it. Just like that. This hole comes up, then you put the pin in it. That's it. Obviously I'm going to paint it. All right, let's paint it. Everybody can spray that stink bug too. There you go. Okay, we're going to remove this hideous cover. It has two access doors, which allow you to see the four bolts that hold this onto the transmission. 13 millimeters. And you can loosen them from here, which is a pain, but if you can take the PTO shaft off, that makes it way, way easier. The PTO shaft is held on by this pin. It is a threaded, tapered pin, 19 millimeter nut. Take the nut off and tap this through, and then as soon as you do that, you can then slide the PTO shaft off like this. So inside that hood you can see the spline gear, the gear that connects to the clutch, and it's greased up. We're going to get those four bolts out with a 13 millimeter ratchet and extension. We'll save those because we need those to put on our new Everything Attachments protecting shroud. There we go. Now with this awful hood off, you can see the spline gear, the transmission, and the clutch. And then in front of the clutch is the universal that we need to grease, lubricate. This shroud has made it impossible, virtually impossible to grease that. You can see I had to drill a couple holes in here just to get a straight shaft grease gun to lubricate that universal. Awful. So after we take the new Everything Attachments hood off, we can access the clutch and this universal, which has been basically impossible to lubricate, but now it'll be an easy task. So here's one thing I'm definitely excited to throw away. Goodbye. So this is the bolt. It's a tapered bolt. You can see it gets more narrow. And this is the nylon lock nut, 19 millimeter. And it holds that clutch and the PTO onto the spline gear of the gearbox of the bush hog. This is the fun part now. We're going to put the EA cover on here, and the first part is simple. It just fits right over here, and the 4 bolts line up with these 4 openings. There's one. And again, the slots are such that this will fit multiple types of gearboxes or transmissions on various bush hogs. And again, I want to just hand tighten them. Be sure they all fit in there. Then we'll use the ratchet to crank them down. Give them a nice tightening there. And now, obviously, we can just take the PTO with the clutch, put it on, and be ready to go. But I'm just going to put the cover on this just to show you how that works. It's super easy. That's it. And then the pin goes in here and we're done. And when you want to access things, take the pin out, pull this off, and you are ready to go. You're going to be able to grease the universal, which is right here, and have access to the clutch. It's fantastic. So we're going to put some grease on the spline here. I way overdid it just to make that super lubed. There it is. Now this should just slide on easily like that. And then the pin goes through the larger diameter. Right there. Oh, there, just came out. And then we'll just start cranking it in. Okay, you can see the pin. We get our 19 millimeter and we'll just start pulling this pin in, and there it goes. This is not a sacrificial pin. The clutch takes up all the trauma when you hit a stump or a rock or whatever. It will go. We don't have a sacrificial shear bolt when you've got a, there it is, when you've got a clutch like that. There we go. So now we'll just put the cover on it, hook the safety chain on it, how easy is that? And here's the pin that will go through the hole, and then our safety chain connects up through here through this hole. So there, it's slid over the top, the pin goes here, Then our safety chain goes through this hole, just like that. So if you found this video helpful, please click thumbs up. Consider subscribing. Again, the EA guard over the universal, which now opens it up and we can easily lubricate it.